Good afternoon, 646 MBA students. Hey, you guys killed this assignment 7. Awesome job. Awesome jobs. I saw serious good work in there, and you guys were all rewarded for it. I'm going to put the answer sheet up there for you, and you can look at it and look it over. So the big question has come up, why are we all of a sudden doing statistics and sampling science? I'm in an MBA program, for God's sakes. Well, let me fill you in. I hope all of you get the opportunity to have the opportunities I had, okay? As a business leader, vice president of business development, product manager, etc. Working very closely with a fantastic president and being mentored well throughout my career. Now, it wasn't always perfect. There was a period of time at Millicron when things had hit the fan, and this particular company was more into knee-jerk decisions and quick cuts at one point than doing the right things. So we relied on consultants to guide us through these murky waters. One particular accounting firm, no names mentioned, did a market analysis for us, which resulted in several different surveys. The results of those surveys went to the president and the directors of Millicron, and as a result, we made several cuts. We actually cut out 6 manufacturing facilities. I know I was involved in 2. I laid off 800 employees at one point. We cut out an R&D department, all based on the recommendations by this consultant, which did survey research. Well, I was against that, and so was many, but we couldn't do a lot about it at the time. We were being directed by corporate. But when we followed up on the surveys, and we finally got all the information on these surveys, we had discovered a lot of mistakes. The bounds of error were totally wrong. The samples themselves were totally wrong. They had a sample frame. The people that we were trying to capture, or they were trying to capture, that was incorrect. They had the wrong people answering the surveys. Long story short, $300,000 later, after paying $300,000 for that survey, it was bad information. It was terrible. And we had laid off probably 1,200 people throughout 3 businesses, corporate-wide. The amount of money that cost us, you can't even accurately really predict what that really cost us. And it was primarily because we had done some survey research that was wrong. So this is why it's important in business, as business managers, to know the science behind research, particularly survey research in business, because that's what generally we do. We don't do many experiments. We do a lot of survey research, and so that's what this class is really about. But the important thing is that you leave this course understanding that there's a science in sampling. There's a science in knowing what numbers will provide some power and some accuracy. There's a science in knowing what the bound of error is and what that means. Okay? So when we're trying to do predictions and we're trying to extrapolate out our odds of being successful at doing something, these bounds of error come into play. Probability and statistics in business is increasingly important. And that's the reason why I'm putting analytics into the MBA program. That's the reason why I will put an analytics concentration in the MBA program. And it's the reason why we're a lean-centric MBA program, because leaders want a scientific approach, not a philosophical approach, a scientific approach to solving problems and preventing error, waste, and inefficiency. Okay? So probability and statistics are huge in what we're doing going forward. So as you get your MBA and as you begin to posit yourself for graduation, you really want to have a firm handle on stats. Okay? So where we're going with this class, just as a side note, we're going to go through this journey of sampling and simple random sampling, and then we're going to go into some work with SPSS. It's a tool that's used to regurgitate data and information and tell you what your information's doing for you. And that too is important. It's an important tool to have. Okay, so as you graduate, you want to keep all these little projects so that you can demonstrate to your future employer or your current employer that you've learned some new things and you've learned some new tools and techniques to be able to handle the data that's coming to you. Okay, that's why this is important. That's why we're kind of going down this road. We're going pretty light comparatively. In the old days, they made you take a calculus class before you could get into MBA because they wanted to use so much calculus in research or market research in your marketing class. So my marketing classes in my MBA were lots and lots and lots of calculus so that we could predict different demand curves and price elasticity. We're not doing that so much these days because we have tools that can do that for us. So we're taking kind of an easy way out on it. So I hope you'll indulge me down this journey. And I'm going to try and make it as uncaustic as possible. If you have some suggestions or something you'd like to change, let me know. You guys have done a great job on the surveys. I'm putting some of that stuff to work right now immediately. But keep it coming. I mean, I appreciate it. I really appreciate knowing how we can make this a little bit better. All right? Good job on this particular assignment. You got another one coming up this week. Feel free. Reach out and talk to me. I will help you guys any way I can. This is all over Chapter 4. We're just doing some of the same stuff in a different way. All right? Let me know if I can help you guys. I'm always here for you. Talk to you soon.